So the day I met Daryl, me and my friends, Star and Barbara, it was a regular Sunday morning. They called, like, let's go have breakfast. I'm like, okay. I threw on some sweats, threw my tennis shoes on.
We met at a restaurant called M&M's. Everybody in LA is familiar with the soul food restaurants called M&M's off of 109th and Crenshaw. This was back in August of '95.
We went in, we ate. It's time to leave. We go get in line to pay, and it's some loud people in there making a whole bunch of noise, just boisterous, and it's Nunu and his friends.
And we was just finishing our meal, so I'm like, oh man, I'm not gonna stand in this line to pay for this food. So I approached their crowd, and I pulled out a $100 bill. Back then, there was little faces. Now it's big faces. So I handed, I believe her friend name, can't remember her name, but anyway, I handed her the money and said, hey, you guys mind if I pay for your meal if you take this bill and pay for it for us? And she said, sure, and that blew Danessa's mind. So I didn't say anything to her. I kind of like turned away and walked away.
So everybody's in line paying. It's a long line. Nunu was like, he don't wait in lines. I don't want to wait in no line. Can somebody pay my bill? I'll pay for your food. So me and my friend Barbara, we roll our eyes, turn back around. Star turns around like, I'll do it, I'll do it, I'll do it. What? Okay, so she took the money, went ahead, paid for his food. He was in such a rush, but when we came out the restaurant, he was still there in the parking lot, him and his friends, and that's where I met Daryl at.
And a couple of friends of mine was chit-chatting with the ladies that was with her as well, and somebody exchanged numbers. So the next day, my friend told me, hey man, the one blah, blah, blah was asking about you, and it was Danessa. So I took it upon myself to give her a call. I called. We didn't hit it off at first. She thought I was too hood, too ghetto, being off from the hood. And it took maybe 3 to 4 days after that to get the solid bond. But, that's what happened.
When I first met him, I thought he was handsome, he dressed nice, but I didn't like his attitude. He had a real bad attitude, and he just was full of himself. And then I found out he was from Watts and the projects, and then I was not interested.
So, what changed?
He was harassing me. He just kept pursuing me. Then a couple of my friends were dating his friends, and then he just kept on, and then eventually I said, okay.
Actually, the first date was a group date. We all went out bowling and eating and, just drinking and having fun all together. It was fun. It was cool.
But see, perhaps Daryl's memory is a little fuzzy because 2 of my friends were dating 2 of his friends before me and him started dating. So I know that that's when he was looking for me when I didn't want to be bothered with him at the bowling alley. I wasn't on that date. He was with another woman. And then he told my friend what's wrong with me and do I know who he is and why I don't want to fool with him. And she called me and I was like, girl, bye. And that was it. So I wasn't even on that date at the bowling alley. He was with somebody else. But I guess clearly he was worried about what I was doing. But no, I wasn't on that day. Our first date was Houston's.
Houston's restaurant. Her and I, more intimate, more up close. Just checking her out, vibing off of her. She's doing the same to me. We ordered, we had a few drinks. It was real nice. I still vividly today remember that.
It was just, it was a regular average date. It was cool, but That was about it. I don't remember, I don't remember it was fascinating or nothing like that, but it was decent.
She was wearing some white pants, I can remember. I can actually remember that she was wearing white pants, and I can't even remember what I was wearing at the time.
I didn't think I would still be dating him now or be with him now. It was just, I was dating, so we just started spending more and more time together, and then he just became like my good friend, like my close friend, one of my best friends, and then it just went from there. So we just grew closer, just hanging out. I think it was gradual. It wasn't, it was just, we just started spending more and more time together, and then I was like, oh, I guess I like him.
The journey was hard, man. There's a lot of ups and downs to this.
A lot of foolishness. A lot of foolishness with Daryl, and patience on my behalf, and praying. And I think, and then we had our son. And so I think that's, I feel like God plans everything out. So I feel like we had our son, and that's what kept us together, and that's why we are where we are today.
It's been a journey, man. It's like I'm blessed because I'm blessed with the love of my life. Woman-wise, the best thing God could have ever given me, straight up. And I tell her that every day I wake up, so yeah.
Yes. I think the relationship has evolved a lot, but I think Daryl has evolved a lot. Like, he's matured. He's completely different from when I first met him. But I guess we've both grown and evolved together, but he has done a complete 180.
The loyalty and the realness when I look in her eyes and she looked back into mine, and she gave me a sense of hope and stability, and it really changes how I feel as a person and as a man. Just that loyalty.
I think maybe age, and I would hope that, he just appreciates me. And I think that maybe has contributed to it. But I think maybe he wants to change, because I guess you really can't change a person. He has to want to change on his own. So I guess maybe he wanted to change.
She's very loyal. She's a great person. And I should have been done this, but I wasn't ready. I wasn't focused, so here we are now. I became a better person. I became a better father. And those two things alone just sets the whole story right. So I shouldn't have to say anything else. Just being a better father and a person has made me say to myself, it's time. Now I can become a better husband. Okay, my mother-in-law and I planned this whole thing, and we do a Christmas Eve party every year in Bakersfield at her grandmother's house. So I said, what would be a best time to do this in front of the whole family? So Mom and I got together, put a few things together, and got some decorations, some bottles, because the house is really already decorated at this time and nicely put together for this Christmas Eve party. We do a gumbo feast there every Christmas Eve. So I just figured that was the perfect time and place amongst family and close friends.
So it was Christmas Eve. Every Christmas Eve we go to my grandmother's house. Now that I think back on it, everybody was acting a little weird, but it's normal. We do Christmas Eve at my grandma's house, gumbo. But prior to that, he kept saying, oh, what are you gonna wear? And I'm like, I don't know, I'm just gonna throw on some sweats. It's Christmas Eve, we're gonna be in the house. I wasn't gonna get my hair done, and it wasn't my 2 weeks for my nail appointment. But he kept saying, oh, you need to get your nails done. Then my mom, my cousins, everybody was like, oh, are you gonna get your nails done? Are you gonna get your hair? And I'm like, no, because it's not my 2 weeks to do none of that. But he was like, oh, you should just do it. So I went ahead, got my nails done, got my hair done. It was just a normal day at my grandma's house, making gumbo, getting ready for Christmas Eve. But now that I think back, everybody kept disappearing throughout the day, which is everybody normally pretty much stays in the house. So I didn't pay no attention. Then everybody was harassing me about getting dressed and being dressed on time before everybody comes, which is normally not a big deal. So the family was there. I don't know, we were talking, eating, whatever we normally do on Christmas Eve.
Well, we got flowers. My mother-in-law sent her off to get flowers. She FaceTimed me. Are these big enough? No, I need bigger. She called me again. Are these big enough? I said, bigger. She said, the man said, wow, I'm not gonna be able to carry these to the car. I said, I don't care who needs to carry them, we need bigger. So she got bigger, bigger and bigger, and they were so beautiful. I mean, everybody there loved them. Then we went and figured out arrangements like tiles to go over the table, sheets, and all the, the small dressings, the balloons, and we had nice bottles of Ace of Spade, and we did a nice toast, and it was just really done perfect for that point in time in front of family and friends. And for all the family members that couldn't be there, we had a Skype set up where everybody was on Zoom at one time, and they got to see it live. So it was pretty nice. I was proud of my mother-in-law for helping me put that together.
And then I think Daryl came in. He said, oh, come in the other room in the living room. We were in the family room. So I went into the living room. And then he said, oh, sit down, I want to tell you something. Then I saw it was like a computer on the thing and like some people on there, but I can't see. So I was like, what is going on? Then my family came in, and then he got down on one knee and he had a little speech, and he asked me to marry him.
This is meant to be. So it's no time to get nervous now and be scared or choke. I ain't into that anyway, so.
I was excited. I was happy, and I was like, oh. Then I was like, okay, so this was been going on all day where everybody's been acting all crazy, but it was really nice. It was a video. My dad was on the video. My close friends were on the video. It was sweet. It was real nice. It was real thoughtful. It was nice flowers, champagne. He did a good job.
Vanessa, Valentine, soon to be Brown. I expect longevity, good health, and love.
Hey Daryl, I just want to let you know I love you. I appreciate you. I appreciate the person that you've grown into, the father you are to our son. I hope we sit back and we watch this video 20 years from now. We're old. You'll be a little older than me, but we'll be old and gray. Maybe not for you because you're bald already, but I just hope we grow wise together. We grow in our faith together. I hope God protects us and our union. And I really love you and I appreciate you. And I just wish the best for you and the best for us. And I love you.